91X, it's Marty. Right across from the Beer Queen in the 91X studio. Good morning, Beer Queen.
Good morning.
We have a distinguished guest on with us this morning. His name is Dave King. Dave King is the singer of the legendary Drink and Dance and Have a Good Time band Flogging Molly.
Yes!
Well, first of all, I don't think I've ever been called distinguished before, but there you go. There's always something new.
Hey, Dave, let me say, I say that because I want you to feel all the love, because Danielle and I have both been up front at a Flogging Molly show, drinking, stomping, and dance to your music. Mm-hmm. But I was way back when I started at this radio station at the station/city festival street scene. I'm tapping outside of this bus, and I say, hey, it's Marty, the music director over here at 91X. Is Dave in there? I wanted to get a radio station ID. So green behind the ears, too, and so excited. Man, Dave in his big, fiery red head says, hey, come in here and have a Guinness with me.
That's
brings me on the bus, cracks me one, tells a couple stories. I don't remember what the stories were because I was just enamored with the fact that this guy was so freaking cool, and I love his music so much, and he has me. We have him on the show today. They're playing Harrah's SoCal Resort on the 18th. This is the day after St. Patrick's Day. We know them for their legendary St. Patrick's Day shows. They're back and doing it again for the first time in a couple of years. Yeah, Dave, catch us up on what you and Bridget and Hensley have all been up to in this last couple of years.
Well, yeah, not as much hair as I used to have for a start. But myself and Bridget, for the last 2 years, we were in Ireland, enjoying the rural countryside, and we were trying to get things done as much as we could. In March 2020, we'd rehearsed for 2 days, and the bus came, the trucks came. We went to our first show in Nevada, and at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, our tour manager, Casey, came in and said, listen, the tour is cancelled.
Oh, my God.
And it was like, wow. So we had the opportunity, myself and Bridget, to go back to Ireland. So we took it thinking that we'd only be there for 2 or 3 months, you know?
Yeah.
At tops, like everybody else. During that period, we decided, well, you know what? Let's start writing a new album, at least let's do something positive and let's get something creative together. So in 21, on St. Patrick's Day, the rest of the band flew over to Ireland, and we did a live stream from Whelan's Pub in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day, which was amazing. Obviously it wasn't the same. To play a song like Drunken Lullabies and you can't even hear a mouse fart when you finish it is a bit daunting, to say the least.
Right.
But it's so great to be back and to be out playing, and especially in San Diego.
Well, we've seen Matt Hensley, he plays the accordion in the band, around San Diego a whole bunch because, he's not out on tour. And he actually said he was cherishing these times. He loves playing. He loves getting in front of everybody. Said he couldn't wait to do it again, but was also valuing time at home because him being a pro skateboarder his whole life and then almost immediately becoming part of the band, he's always had to travel and get in the van and get in the bus and head out. Yeah. And he's like, you didn't have a chance to stop and smell the roses sometimes.
Oh, absolutely, Marty. For a band like Flogging Molly, it's one thing. But what gets me musically, in the music industry, is it's all the young bands that haven't had a chance to be able to do what we did.
Mm-hmm.
All the young bands that were bringing out albums, who were starting their career, and they've had everything pulled from under their feet. That's who we were feeling, the pain for, But being home, we didn't have any roses, but you could smell something, there was lots of cows and lots of sheep, and you really learn quickly what they smell like after a while. I think on the album, there are a few songs that represent that scariness of whether we'll ever be doing it again. And it needs to be, because it needs to be a blueprint of the times that we were going through. These times certainly had you, instead of going out to work, you were unscrewing a bottle of wine,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you were getting deeper into that bottle of wine,
sure.
which, it's not really that good of an idea, and you really had to kind of learn how to live at home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because in the past 25 years, we in Flogging Molly have never lived at home.
That's crazy.
We have never, myself and Bridget, for example, this is the first time we ever unpacked our suitcases in 25 years.
Yeah.
So that end of it was crazy, But it did inspire us to really get together and write some new music.
I cannot wait to hear the full record of what's happened. And I hate to say this out loud, but I think most bands are going to have a pandemic record, right? Or they're going to have some influence. However, with Dave and the band, he and Bridget, by the way, are married. That's why they're so close to each other. You already have anthems that have picked us up off the floor. If I ever live this world alive, right? What's left of the flag?
Wipe that golden tear from your mother, dear, and raise what's left of the flag from me.
Your voice and your music has been things that have said, get up and raise up.
And I mean, the thing is as well, like we went down to our basement and we wrote 14 songs in 14 days.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's how the energy was. It was almost like starting all over again. Yeah. We really valued why we were here. This is what we do. And that's why we didn't get a producer on this album, because we got a mixer, Adam Greenspan, who worked tirelessly mixing the album. And it's just basically, there's probably 3 takes of each song in the studio, and that's it. The vocals were the only true thing that were in overdub on the album.
Can't wait to get some of this raw emotion from you guys on this new album. We want to play everybody the new song, Paddy's Day is Coming.
Yes, this is the first single from Flogging Molly in 5 years. Here is These Times Have Got Me Drinking.
Oh, these times have got me drinking as I'm tripping up the stairs. Never asked for a perfect savior. Never wanted, though I cared. Now I'm tripping up the stairs. Mind yourself.
These times definitely have got us drinking, but it's also like we looked into the mirror a lot in these last 2 years at ourselves. And sometimes you look in your mirror and you discover there's a few things about that person I see in the mirror that I'm not exactly quite happy with. And I think it's a song that put me under the microscope a little bit, I think. The lyrics are not all happy-go-lucky, but I think the music there has to be the sweet and there has to be the sour,
Beer question, Dave. What are you going to be drinking before the show at Harrah's?
Definitely, I will start off with a Guinness an hour before the show, and then I'll have a hot toddy, and then I'll have another Guinness, and then when I get off stage, I'll be drinking Guinness on stage, but then when I get off stage, I'll have the finest wines known to humanity.
Experienced combination, Dave. The new Flogging Molly album, everybody go get it. Thank you, singer-guitar player Dave King of Flogging Molly.
Thank you so much, Dave.
It's been a pleasure talking to you guys.
You too.
Beautiful.
Indeed. Danielle has one more question for you, Dave.
Yeah, Dave King, what's your favorite San Diego memory other than the Casbah being your first spot playing outside of LA?
Oh, my favorite San Diego moment. I mean, Jesus. San Diego has always been like a second home to us,
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the most amazing, Matt's mother had passed away, and we went down to San Diego to celebrate his mother's life. We went to the church and we played If I Ever Leave This World Alive at the church. It was one of the most difficult things I think we've ever done collectively. She loved what Matt was doing in this band. It's a memory that will always stay in our hearts forever.
I'll be here when it all gets weird. If I ever leave this world alive.
Hey, this is Dave King from Flogging Molly. As you all know, we love to celebrate one day in the year, and that is the one and only St. Patrick's Day. So we are really looking forward to seeing you all. Take care. We love you.